Hello all, and welcome back to Kiwi's blog. My apologies, just sorting out my barnet. So we're here on the fourth video, number 4 of 5. We're going to talk about hate and anger. Now, these two emotions are going to be quite difficult for me to talk about. For those of you that know me, know that I am the ever optimist. As my friend once said to me recently, said, "You are really annoying because you're always bloody optimistic about everything. Do you ever stop being positive?" And actually, at one point I did. And when I was talking about hate and anger, that was one of the emotions that were quite difficult for me to deal with. But they were there and it was real. The way that I describe it is, if you imagine picking up a Coke can and keep shaking it and keep shaking it and shaking it. Eventually when you open that Coke can, it's going to explode and make a bit of a mess. But that's what hate and anger was like for me. It was bubbling away underneath. And because I tried to stay positive as much as I could, it was still there. But the hate and anger came in two parts, and the hatred came to hate the world. I didn't understand why I had this condition. And that sounds like a really strong word, but I hated my cancer. I didn't want it anymore. There were days where I just felt absolutely rubbish. There were days where I was thinking, when is this going to end? When am I going to get back to normality? When am I going to get back to the old me? When am I going to get back to being who I want to be? Where cancer doesn't rule my life. So I had a real hatred of it. I hated cancer. I had a real anger at the world. Now, I don't know if you believe in God. I believe in something. I believe in something. I don't know what it is. Call it God, call it what you will. But I hated that person. I hated whatever that being was, that supreme being. Because it gave me something that I didn't feel I should have. And I began to resent and hate people, any person that took from society and didn't give. Now, staying with those emotions is not healthy. It really isn't. And actually what I found was that it was just really draining. Being something that is inherently not your nature is going to tire you out. And so it did with me. Being hateful and being angry at the world tired me out. And I didn't like the person I was becoming. I didn't want to see the bad in the world. I didn't want to see the darkness. I didn't want to see the negative people or the negativeness in the world. I wanted to see the positive and be back to who I was. But as I said, it was draining and tiring. But I got past it in the end. And I did that because I made a choice. And that choice led me to acceptance, which we'll talk about in the next video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.